Hey everyone. Welcome back to Let's Talk. Today, we're diving into a topic that affects every aspect of our lives, but often flies under the radar: economic reforms. Whether you're a student of economics, a policy enthusiast, or just curious about how governments shape our world, this video is for you. Let's break down what economic reforms are, why they matter, and some examples from around the world. Alright, let's start with the basics. What are economic reforms? At their core, economic reforms are deliberate changes made by governments to improve their country's economic performance. These changes can be in policies, laws, or regulations that impact various sectors such as trade, industry, or public services. The main goals of economic reforms often include boosting economic growth, reducing poverty, enhancing efficiency, and fostering a more equitable distribution of wealth. They can address issues like high unemployment, inflation, or a large budget deficit. Let's talk about why economic reforms are important. Imagine a country with outdated regulations that stifle innovation. Businesses might struggle to grow, and unemployment could rise. Economic reforms aim to remove these barriers, making it easier for businesses to thrive and for citizens to enjoy better living standards. Now, economic reforms can be categorized into different types. Let's go through a few of the most common ones. Fiscal reforms. These involve changes in government spending and tax policies. For example, reducing taxes might encourage investment, while better targeting of social welfare programs can ensure that aid reaches those who need it most. Monetary reforms. These are adjustments to a country's money supply and interest rates. Central banks might change interest rates to control inflation or stimulate economic activity. Trade reforms. These reforms focus on reducing trade barriers, such as tariffs and import quotas, to promote free trade. Opening up to global markets can help countries access new markets and resources. Regulatory reforms. These involve altering or removing regulations that may be hindering economic activity. For instance, simplifying business registration processes can make it easier for new companies to enter the market. Structural reforms. These are broad changes aimed at improving the overall efficiency of the economy. They might include reforms in areas like education, healthcare, and infrastructure. Let's look at a few real-world examples of economic reforms. Example 1: China's economic reforms in the late 20th century. In the late 1970s, China introduced a series of market-oriented reforms under Deng Xiaoping. These reforms included opening up to foreign investment, decentralizing economic control, and allowing private entrepreneurship. The result? China transformed from a largely agrarian economy into a global economic powerhouse. Example 2: India's liberalization in the 1990s. India faced a balance of payments crisis in 1991 and had to introduce significant economic reforms. The government reduced tariffs, removed import restrictions, and privatized state-owned enterprises. These reforms spurred rapid economic growth and integrated India more deeply into the global economy. Example 3: Sweden's welfare state reforms. Sweden has been known for its extensive welfare programs. In the 1990s, facing economic challenges, Sweden introduced reforms to make the welfare state more sustainable. This included reforms in pensions, unemployment benefits, and healthcare to ensure they were both effective and financially viable. So, what's the takeaway from all these examples? Economic reforms can significantly impact a country's economic health and overall prosperity. But they are not without challenges. Implementation can be tricky, and the effects can vary depending on the context. Economic reforms are crucial for improving a country's economic performance. They can involve changes in fiscal, monetary, trade, regulatory, and structural policies. Real-world examples show how reforms can lead to substantial economic transformation. I hope you found this deep dive into economic reforms insightful. If you did, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more content on the topics that matter. Have any questions or thoughts about economic reforms? Drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.